Hello buddy, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're going to be looking at Tristana 80 carry game. Now this is a gold 5 player who is smurfing on a silver account. So most people know him on the channel. It's Dylan again, so thank you very much Dylan, as always, for the very generous support of the channel. We're going to try to help Dylan improve his 80 carry play here today. So if you're interested in accessing the school doc, you can find a link in the description. You can also find a link to other coaching sessions if you want to check out some other people that I've coached. And you can also check out some of the champion guides as well that I have linked there. And you can also find timestamps if you just want to jump to straight when the game starts. You can find that in the description as well if you don't want to hear the preamble. So let's go ahead and get in here. I recommend the following runes for Tristana in the preseason: Press the Attack, Triumph, Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Taste of Blood, and Zombie Ward. Now, there are a lot of different variations of this. I was looking over op.gg and then champion.gg to sort of get some ideas about runes. Everybody has a different idea about it. So, almost everybody has a consensus that it's Press the Attack, Triumph, and Coup de Grace. Most people take Legend Alacrity. There are a couple of people's... Sven, for example... Is this Sven? Okay, so Sven likes to take Taste of Blood and Ravenous Hunter... But he also takes Legend Bloodline for more lifesteal. So it's possible you'd want that. I still think Alacrity is probably where you want to be, and that's what I see most people going. But all these top players, they all get different things. I think everyone's still just kind of experimenting. Double Lift likes to go for the Celerity Gathering Storm. That's a really late game focus build. Obviously, Gathering Storm doesn't really become relevant until like 20 minutes and really starts taking off at 30 minutes. So if you think the game's going to go really long, then you might want to do that. But... I like Taste of Blood a lot in lane. It gives you some excellent regen, especially because you have a Leona who doesn't have a natural heal. She's going to take Relic Shield, but that's probably not going to be enough. Now, Shen's not going to poke you that much. It's still really nice. Like, Cutie Pie gets Taste of Blood, Sven gets Taste of Blood. Now, they get different things in different games. I used to recommend Eyeball Collection. Eyeball Collection is still pretty good. They might nerf it tomorrow. We'll see what the final patch notes are, but Eyeball Collection is pretty good. This kind of is the same concept as Gathering Storm, but it takes off a little bit faster. It's a lot more relevant around 15 to 20 minutes, whereas Gathering Storm really doesn't come online until 30. But I really like Zombie Ward, and the reason that I like Zombie Ward is because your normal wards from your yellow, once they expire, they give you a Zombie Ward, so it's an extra 3 minutes of vision, which is really, really important, especially to make sure that you don't get attacked and killed early. From an early game aggressive jungler like Elise, especially in a really dangerous lane like Leona. Leona is a magnet for attracting jungle attention. Anyone that knows what's going on is going to know that, you know, when she goes in, she has no escapes. And she's very dangerous if she's left alone in a 2v2 lane, but if you camp her and she falls behind, then she's almost worthless. So, you know, a lot of times she attracts jungle attention. I haven't watched the game yet, so I don't know what happens. But Zombie Ward would definitely help you out with that. And especially when you're playing in Silver, you can't really count on your support a lot of times to give you proper vision coverage. And so this could potentially let you get several wards out on the map at the same time to help out with vision. So I think Zombie Ward's really good. And you're not going that far out of your way because you're getting Taste of Blood. So yeah, it's going to set you behind just a little bit in the mid game, around 20 minutes or so in terms of just raw AD power, because you're not going to have Eyeball Collection or Gathering Storm or something else like that. But you're still going to get some nice early game sustain with Taste of Blood. And as we all know who watch, you know, anyone that watches the channel, vision is supremely important, right? So that's going to allow you to be safer, make more picks, shot call better. And that's just a really powerful vision tool, especially in a dangerous lane to help protect you in the early game. So I would definitely consider getting Zombie Ward. So yes, you're not going to get Sightstone to really leverage the power of Zombie Ward. You're not going to have Ingenious Hunter with it. But just the fact that your normal 1 minute ward turns into a 4 minute ward effectively a lot of the time, if you're placing those wards in the right places, can be super effective. And even if like your Leona sweeps later and you get a hit on one of those wards, that will still give the Zombie Ward. So I think that's really powerful, but it's up to you. Another cool variation of this that I've seen is, it was a Korean player, Captain Jack, I believe, ran Sudden Impact. I think it was it not Captain Jack? No, I accidentally clicked on Double Lift because the screen moved because of the ad. There we go. Captain Jack actually ran, now he ran Zombie Ward as well, but he ran Sudden Impact, which is pretty cool because when you jump in, then you're going to get, your magic damage is going to get the penetration on your W and your ultimate. And I think your bomb, I don't remember if that's physical or magic damage. It says dealing damage. I think it's magic, but I'm not 100%. Either way, it gives you lethality and magic penetration. And because Tristana has magic abilities and, of course, her auto attacks are physical, then that's really beneficial. So if you think you can jump in and get resets and get kills quite a lot, which is totally possible with Leona, then you might consider going something like Sudden Impact and Zombie Ward, especially because Jin and Shen aren't going to poke you super hard, so maybe you don't need Taste of Blood. Taste of Blood's pretty nice, though, sustain in lane, but it's up to you. If you think that Leona is going to get frisky, if she's going to be more powerful, if you see her take an Ignite, you can't go for Sudden Impact, and that's a very risky style play, once again, if you're jumping in, but it gives you a lot more damage, especially early game, if you just really want to stick it to them in the early game. So that's another option to think about, but I would still probably just go with Taste of Blood, Zombie Ward. Standard, IE, Static Shiv, Rapid Fire, and Max EQW, you're already doing that. Just watch out for Shen Taunt in lane, try to scale, they have a better 2v2, I think. Now, if Leona can actually get really good shots on the Jhin, maybe you can all in the Jhin early. But it's pretty dicey. It's pretty dicey because Jin's going to do a lot more damage than you do early on, and Shen is going to be similar damage to Leona. Maybe not quite as much, but it's going to be similar if he takes Aftershock, especially if he has Ignite. And then just be careful of Elise. She has a very strong early game. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the game. As similar to the last coaching session that we did, this is going to be through YouTube. Dylan really likes to preserve the games this way. He wants me to see his exact point of view and everything that's going on, including the chat. I can't see the chat in the client replay thing, so we're going to watch it here. So this way he can watch, I can pay attention to his shot calling a bit more and sort of what's going on in the text. So I like it. It's cool. I have to figure out a way to, like, speed up. I don't know how to do that. I think there's a way. Oh, there we go. Nice. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now you have to press enter though, but that's nice. So then that way we can just kind of speed up and I can slow down, back up. I don't know if, I don't see like a good rewind place. I don't want this blocking the minimap though, that's the only problem. I'll look up, I didn't have time to look up how to hotkey it. There might be ways, like, hotkeys for that without having to pull up that menu. That'd be awesome. We'll just watch, because I don't want to block the minimap. Okay. Now, you still play with locked camera. If that floats your boat, if that's good, go for it. I personally recommend against that. I talked about that in the last video, but you know what? If that's just how you like to roll, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. You maybe wanted to focus fire Shen a little bit more there instead of Jhin, but you did run the Jhin off, so he wasn't really hitting you as much. So that's fine. You guys got his flash. It's fine. Now, you didn't jump, though. I maybe would have tried to jump on that Shen. Once Shen is low... Oh, you didn't level your jump. Huh. Yeah, I would level jump second. Because your Q really isn't going to scale that well until, like, for small fights. You really want to be able to get that jump. Because the jump resets if you full stack a bomb, and that's a lot of damage early on. So yeah, I would take the W second. Let me pause this just really quickly here. Do I not? Dang it, I think I forgot to grab my notebook. Do I not have that here? Because I need to be taking notes. Okay, sorry. Give me just 30 seconds. I'm going to grab my notebook really quick. I know where it is. 30 seconds. Alright, sorry about that. I didn't want to restart the video, and I don't have time to edit these things. We just got to do it. Okay. So I do want to write some of these things down so that we can bring them all together at the end. I just came like straight in from school pretty much. Read a couple of emails and I'm recording this. Okay, so we're going to level W second for all in. An all-powerful all-in level 2. And whenever Leona jumps on somebody like that, immediately, especially if you hit level 2 before them, you need to just go. Just jump on them if Leona hooks somebody. Ask questions later, just throw your E on them and jump on them and just start firing. And they're probably going to have to flash away. I didn't see Shin summoners either. I didn't see if he has Ignite or not. Or if Leona does. But yeah, just jump on them, and they're going to have to flash. Don't hit him. Don't. There you go. There you go. Yeah, don't take tower shots, so don't take tower shots. Almost. Almost perfect. Almost perfect. If you didn't take those 2 tower shots, it would have been perfect. You're just 1 pixel too close. Remember, you have like a decent little landing radius. You don't have to jump like actually right on their character. You can jump next to him, and it'll still cause the impact damage. But yeah, that's what you want to do. That was a good switch. You don't want to hit Shin when he has that circle up because it just doesn't do any damage. Yeah, you know his heal was down. I probably would have flashed and just killed him right there with an auto and then jumped out because it resets your auto. Go back and see because you know his heal is down, right? Let me watch the sequence again here. Okay, here we go. You gotta be a little careful of their minion wave. Leona doesn't have Ignite. I didn't catch Shin's summoner from that tab. Yeah, flash right there. Flash right there. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Yeah. I would definitely flash for that. I mean, you have like 3/4 of your health. You know he doesn't have heal. And the thing is, if you flash and start your auto, even if he flashes afterward, it's going to kill him. And it's just literally 1 more shot. You know Shin's taunt is down. It's like a 16-second cooldown early. And you have your W anyway. So if you just flash auto and then W out immediately, you could have had him. Yeah, I mean, you probably could have just not even flash. I think your W is down, so you probably had to flash. Yeah, I think that's a place where I know it's always dangerous to flash under tower. That is too dangerous. That's too dangerous. You don't want to jump on a Shin really close to tower like that because he can taunt you and pull you under the tower. Now, there's not a super high chance that he kills you, but like if Elise comes running out of here or something. Now, I assume she was probably top lane there because she has 2 kills and everyone's been dying elsewhere on the map, but yeah, and I usually don't advocate flashing forward, but you know, picking up that kill would be really nice here. Just because you know he doesn't have that heal. If he had heal, don't do it, obviously, but yeah, jump. Not. Okay. I would have said jump on the Jhin. But that's fine. Because you can still flash the Shen. Like if Shen wants to come back and try to peel you, you can still flash him. No, Elise is there. Yeah, I probably... Like, when you see Elise coming in like that, you need to flash south, auto, and then step into this bush and, like, jump. I know it's a lot to kind of process there, but, you do have your flash, and you know he's going to be so close to dying. I wouldn't jump like that anyways, like, unless you have vision, but if you're going to do it, if you see her coming in like that, just flash south and land, like, one more auto, and then run into the bush. Then she won't see you, and you should be able to jump out. Because you know she doesn't have... She missed her cocoon. I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, she can repel and go onto you. I guess that's fine. I mean, you would have gotten the kill if you did that. A flash for a kill early is definitely worth it, especially if you're Tristana. I don't know. That's dicey. With repel, Elise is going to find you and probably kill you anyways. Leona maybe could have peeled. I would have tried it. I think at least you would have killed the Jhin. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but you were so close. You were so committed to that I probably would have just tried it because you know he doesn't have heal. If that'd been a zombie ward in the tri-bush, you would have seen her coming. Yeah, this is the issue. I'm not sure what her items are right now, but there's no wards bottom, so I assume she doesn't have a Sightstone. Oh no. Oh, what hit you? A W? Heh. Yeah, that just comes with practice. I mean, he had heal also. He was really late on it, but he did have heal. I would wait for Leona to make that move first. Yeah, you want to wait on Leona to engage that. Shin was really slow to react there. Like, if Shin taunted you a lot faster, that could have been really bad. But yeah, you want to make sure that you wait on Leona to engage. Once again, y'all didn't have vision either of that tri-bush, and Elise could have been there. She knows that you don't have heal, at least. And you don't have any vision, so... Now, watch out, because Leona's putting down wards. Okay, good. So she's got Sightstone now. Excuse me. Yeah, you just gotta wait on Leona to make these moves. Now, I can't see which summoners. W backward. Okay, good. Alright, ping tower. Y'all need to get tower. Don't let Zen leave. Don't let Zen leave. Get tower. I would get tower for... I mean, Infernal's nice, but I feel like y'all could get tower and then Infernal. I guess. I mean, Zen takes tower so quickly. Like, Shin's kind of scary, I guess, if he taunts Zen under tower, but... I guess that's fine. The problem is they're going to have map advantage now, so Yasuo or just whoever was top lane is going to be able to like just sit on middle. Yeah, it was Yasuo and Zoe's middle. No. Hey, she's coming at you right now. Okay, good, but y'all need to get out. Leona's dead. Leave Leona, just run. Oh, you don't have mana to W out. Yeah, you're probably dead. Dang, that... that mana regen, though. Yeah, y'all gotta... You gotta pay a little bit of attention what's going on upriver. I know it's a very juicy target there, but... Yeah. They are already grouping Zen because, like... I'm gonna pause it here. So, yes, they are already grouping, but you have to be aware of that because they took top tower. Jax was pushed all the way in, and you guys opted to get Dragon instead of bot tower. That means they have map advantage. So that means that Yasuo can just go wherever he wants. So he was able to go middle and push this up. So they had this pushed in and this pushed in. So they're basically there's no consequences for them grouping up and doing whatever they want because all their lanes are pushed in. So that's why they're able to just dogpile bottom. And they were walking on wards too. That's why I noticed it. Because they killed Zen right here in the upper river. And once you see Zen go down like that, anytime anyone dies, you need to just take a quick glance at the minimap and see where that happened. I know I don't do that all the time either, but that's what you should do. And if it's near you, you better watch out because they're going to be coming for you. So I just happened to notice that Zen died and looked right there. And then there's a very high probability that if you are overextended down here, then you're going to die too. Now, in theory, that wasn't that bad, but you ran out of mana. When you did it. So if you had enough mana to jump back away, maybe that was decent. You maybe would have had time anyways if you killed him and just immediately ran away. I think you stayed around and took maybe like 3 shots on the minion wave. If you ran immediately... Hey, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. If you ran immediately, you might have been able to do it. Okay, so I'm going to say watch for allies die and beware roams on enemy map pressure. Okay. So you're playing... You're doing well. You're doing well. But I would say that you're playing a bit too aggressively for your team's game state right now. Because the other teams... The score is relatively even, but I feel like your team is losing pretty hard. Even though the score doesn't really seem to indicate that. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Leona... Okay, good. Leona has 3 of your kills, and Pantheon has most of the other ones. Rotate right here, right here. Rotate over. That's a hard wall to jump. That's a hard wall to jump. Yeah, they're feds in. I still think it was a huge folly to get the dragon before you got this tower. I mean, you had Zen and Tristana takes towers really quickly, and I think you could have done them both. Just, yeah, just get her out of there. It's a short cooldown, whatever. It's not that short. It's 1:40. I thought it was like a 1-minute cooldown. Actually, no, it is short. It's like a 1:40. Yeah, it's like 100 seconds. Yeah, it's pretty short. Pretty short in league terms. So y'all are stuck in this lane right now, and you can't really go help them. Okay, good. That's good. Good. Yeah. Well, okay, they're kind of breaking even up there. Yeah, just follow her, I guess. Go get middle, go get middle. Don't worry about Scuttle, don't worry about Scuttle. Dragons, I don't know how long on Dragon, but you need to go get middle. If they don't get it, it's going to be bad. I mean, they got it. Yeah, okay. I mean, it gives you vision. Like, so the trade-off there is you get Scuttle, you get some vision. But they all have to take longer. Like, they don't get to back. So Leona didn't get to back, and neither did Pantheon. So they're going to be down items. Like, if you would have gone there and just backed, you also personally did not get to back. So you have 15 in the bank right now when you could have Infinity Edge, which is a really big deal. In theory. Now, if you guys get away with this, everyone's missing. Middle and jungle are missing. Okay, Yasuo's top. I don't remember if he has teleport or not. Probably not. Yasuo usually has to take Ignite. But No, don't chase. Okay. Yeah, if you were to just help them take middle and just don't even worry about Scuttle, they could have taken it probably, 5 to 10 seconds faster, and you could have backed and had your Infinity Edge, and they all could have backed and bought new items. But right now, even though you guys are ahead on kills, you're behind on items, and they're going to have pressure on the map now. So if you back, they're going to get bot tower and dragon, or if they kill you here. So Zen doesn't have bigger items, you don't have bigger items, neither does Leona. A lot of your people are down items. Everyone's probably sitting on big gold right now because nobody backed. Because y'all just got mid tower a little bit slower than usual. Like, it doesn't seem like a big deal, right, that you just get Scuttle because you're just thinking, oh, they've got it anyways. And that's true, they do, but it took them longer. And everyone wanted to go kill bottom, which was an okay move. But at some point, you have to cash in the gold. And now everyone's in a pretty bad position, so they're going to get middle, and then they're probably going to get dragon, because you're going to have to back here. And that also bought Yasuo time, so what's his name had to try to 1v1 him. Jax had to 1v1 him top, and he can't do that right now. So it's just at 10 seconds. Really, League is all about time management, honestly. And it's just a matter of seconds, Sometimes your team is just 10 seconds behind the enemy team, and that can make all the difference. So yeah, they're going to get probably dragon, I would guess. Leona also wasn't able to refresh her wards. So yeah, obviously it's not all your fault that everyone is this far behind, but like rotating to middle to help them take that faster would have helped a lot, because it would have let everybody back. So like if you go do that faster and just tell everyone to back, because there was no dragon there, and they weren't really in a position, because they were still like dead, they weren't really in a position to get towers at that point. That was a good call to go grab Rift and at least trade objectives. Yeah, go ahead, dogpile him. Be careful with that. Okay, you got him. He's pretty fed. He, in theory, could almost one-shot you. I guess you have heal. If he knocked you up. Make sure you're getting your wards down. Yeah, put a ward on dragon, or like behind the dragon pit. Now Zoe's going. You need to ping that. Ping that. Zoe's going to kill somebody over there, probably. They didn't see her, I don't think. And Shin's flanking also, and Jin. They're probably going to kill both of those people. No, Zoe backed out. Okay. So because that wave was pushed at tower, Zoe wanted the farm instead of the kills, which is good. That's the power of pushing. Okay. Those two guys top are probably going to die. What can you do? Push up middle, I think. Or not middle, bottom. Push bottom. Pantheon, you overstayed and died because you don't have vision. Like, they're grouped up right now. Man, I think you played that about as well as you could. I would have pushed bottom a little bit more to make sure they don't do Baron. Or so that they can't group up as hard to do mid-tower. So I would have just stayed bottom for another little bit and just pushed it, just because you're too late. I think the more important thing would be to ping middle back and ping top back, just to tell them, because they probably didn't see those rotations. I saw them, obviously, like, I can read it, but, you know, I'm also just a passive observer here. Yeah, you gotta try to spot and communicate these things. You gotta try to warn them of their dumb decisions before they make them. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. So they had a 4v5. Jax is there. And they still haven't paid the price bottom, so... they might actually get there in time to catch that huge wave. No, they're gonna stay. Jax might suicide, though. Yeah, Zoe's gonna get most of that. But circling back to this, a lot of this has been precipitated by it taking people longer than it should to take that mid tower. I know I keep circling back to that, but that did put you guys back like 15 seconds, which is just kind of cascaded into them just having really big momentum advantage. What? Rito, please. That hit him before Windwall came up. Ugh. Well, I mean, this is the problem with playing Pantheon. Just tell him. The all chat dies. Well, here's the thing. Pantheon was really far ahead, and he didn't do anything with his advantage. He barely roamed. But anyways, that's a separate story. But yeah, I mean, the big thing, though, that I wanted to point out that kind of everyone can learn from, you know, that mid situation is that I assume your thought process, and this is what a lot of people think, and a lot of people hear this all the time, and it's partially true. I think. I mean, maybe you're not thinking this, but I think the thought process is, okay, they've got it. Right? Like, they're obviously going to get middle. No one's going to contest them. So you're thinking, okay, I can do something else useful on the map. I can grab Scuttle. It gives me extra vision. That's good. Okay? And that's true. It does give you extra vision, and they did have middle. But it takes more time. Right? It takes them more time. And time is very valuable, as I said before. So, yeah, yes, they did have it. But if you go there to help them... then they can spend that extra time backing. Because I see people all the time saying, I can solo dragon, y'all go do something else. It's like, yeah, you can, but we need to go do it as a team so that we get it quicker and can go do something else on the map. Because you're going to be waiting on that one guy to solo dragon before you can group 5 anyway, so why not just group 5 sooner, get the dragon, and then go do something else? Yeah, Yasuo's just too big to deal. Like, you need to stay near, Leona. Yeah, I mean, I get the frustration. Obviously, it doesn't help to type stuff, so, you know, I could tell you don't type stuff, but, you know, I get it. Obviously, occasionally I type stuff too. We all know you shouldn't, but, you know, we all know the frustration too. So, you know, obviously try to type as little as possible, unless it's like, you know, productive directives. I know I'm bad. Well, at least he's honest. Okay, so let's recap here. Yeah, and you, the last thing I'll put there is, I'm going to put don't fight Yas without Leo. So there's a couple of times you're trying to fight him at the end. Like, you got to notice, like, just what his items are. And once you see he's got, like, 3 items or something, you can't beat him. Like, the only way you're going to beat him is if Leona rolls in and helps you crowd control. And several times, you were caught out. Even in, like, 2v1s, like, the problem is your team just didn't have any crowd control for him. I mean, like, Pantheon. Like, you needed either Pantheon or Leona to stun him. Oh, you got a Cassin game lined up for me? Look forward to that. I can teach you the ways. Slam your hand on the keyboard. Nah, I mean, he is a little bit more intricate than that, but I'm always kind of, you know, halfway tongue-in-cheek. You know that, watching the stream all the time. About Cassidon. Awesome champion to play. Frustrating to play against. Okay. Alright, so just to recap, you want to level... well, level your W second, and then if Leona hits somebody with her E at level 1, just jump right on him W, and just jump on him, throw your bomb on him, and just start autoing, and you'll probably win level 2. If you have an aggressive champion like Leona, who else has a good level 2? Thresh. Just something like that that has a really good level 2. You could pull that off. Let's see. Yeah, so beware if an ally dies in your sector of the map. As I said, Zen dying upriver. Then also because Yasuo had top lane all the way pushed in, he could roam for free. So just try to keep an eye on these things. Just say, okay, top's pushed all the way in, Yasuo's not there. Okay, he's mid lane, he's pushing that all the way in. Well, where else is he going to go? They're all going to end up collapsing on bottom. So that sucks, but you just have to be aware and just back up. Even if you lose CS, it's better just not to die. Because if you die, you're going to lose the CS anyways, and you're dead. So it's better just not to give them anything. Or just give them a few extra CS, I mean, and not give them the kill. I think that was a huge folly. I think there were 2 pretty big places where your team could optimize. The first one was when you chose to get Infernal instead of bot tower. You were sitting at the tower, Zen was sitting at the tower, and y'all walked away after you killed the Tristana. Yes, Shen's under tower. It was still like a level 5 Shen or something. And you had Leona. So I think you could have kill the tower or potentially just run Shin off the tower. If there's 3 or 4 people there, Pantheon might have been there too. I don't remember. But you need to take that bottom tower to match Yasuo's top tower. So what happened is y'all got the drag, but you didn't get any map pressure off the tower, and Yasuo got the tower top, and he got map pressure, and they converted that pressure into several kills, and several towers. So that was really one of the big things that cascaded the game. Whereas if you had the bot tower pushed in, then their bot lane would not really be able to participate because they would have to kill those minions. So then you would potentially be able to pull off a 3v5 on the Yasuo people middle, where at the very least you could push them in and then go get the Infernal. And that would give Jax time to catch up with the top wave to get it pushed back out. So that was the thing, is you guys just got really far behind on momentum because Jax was pushed in. He couldn't do anything to help. Mid was pushed in, and then your hands were just kind of tied. And it's like, yeah, you had Infernal, which is good, but it would have been much better to have that bot lane map pressure just to give Jax some time, top lane. Because, yeah, he's going to be tied up with that wave, but then their Jhin, their Shin would also be tied up with a bot lane wave. And so that would kind of equalize the pressure on the map. And then you could, at the very worst, kind of reset for Dragon. Drag early. Okay, the other thing that I've mentioned, like, several times is... Yes, this is one of the big defining factors, is that when you got the scuttle instead of rotating middle, it wasn't just that slowed it down by like 10 seconds, that tower middle, but it was that compounded with just people not backing and wanting to go get kills bot. And so this was one where, yes, you're getting kills and towers, but you're not converting that stuff into actual advantages. So, you know, what happened was, yeah, you got the tower, you got some extra kills, but then you were sitting on 2,000 gold. Leona ran out of wards, she ran out of vision. She was probably sitting on at least 1,000 gold. Pantheon had multiple kills in mid lane at that point, or Zen, one of them did. I mean, they killed probably like 3 people or something, 2 or 3 people for that power play where you got the scuttle and they got the mid tower, and then bot lane was pushed in. But nobody converted any of that gold, and they all just died or backed, so they all have all their fresh items. So, you know, your team, if you think about the advantage at that point, you were personally sitting on 2,000 gold, and it's highly likely that Leona and either Zen or, like, nobody backed. Either Zen or Pantheon were sitting on at least 1,000 gold each. So that's 4,000 gold minimum. Just think about that. Like, stop and think about that. Like, 4,000 gold, that's almost 10 extra kills. If it was 4,500 gold, because no one on your team backed there, that's 10 kills with assists worth of gold. So it's basically like you just fought a fight, and you just spotted them double pentakills in that fight. Like, they started that fight off pentakill. And you guys fought it. You know, like, just... Because it's crazy to me, too, to think about that. But that's what it is, because you didn't have that gold. It basically did not exist in that fight. You might as well have had 0 gold in that fight, because it's just sitting in your wallet, right? Or your pouch, or whatever they carry gold around in. Your wheelbarrow at that point. But yeah, it was unspent gold. And so you're basically spotting the enemy 4,500 gold. I mean, at that point in the game, your team had probably only accumulated, you know, maybe 20,000 gold or something like that. I mean, you're basically losing out on like 20% of your combat effectiveness or something at that point, which is astronomical. And I know I'm guilty of that too, right? Like, you'll see in games, I'll be running around warding, and I'll be like, I can't back. We keep running around all these plays. And, you know, sometimes I'll sit there with like 2,000 gold or something as a support. It's really bad. Like, you have to find some time to go and back. I mean, sometimes there's a time and a place as a support where, you know, you just kind of have to go around with your team and make stuff happen. But I should spend it as support, and you should definitely spend it as AD carry, especially on a huge item like Infinity Edge. That's such a massive multiplier item. It's one of your biggest power spikes in the game is once you complete that item. So yeah, you need to spend that gold. Because that's a big part of why you lost that fight right after you killed bot lane. Is because you didn't have vision and everyone had all this extra gold that no one had spent and their entire team had just bought. It's a really, really big deal. And so after you get that tower, like if people are wanting to go get bottom, ping your gold and just say like, we need to buy, go buy first. Like it's actually more important to spend that gold than it is to get extra gold at that point. Like getting an extra kill on Jhin, who's probably worth 200 gold at that point because he's died so much. That's not as valuable as cashing in, almost 5,000 gold. Like that's way more valuable than accumulating an extra 450 total. Is cashing in 5,000. So just tell your team, look, we need to go buy. Just ping your gold, say we have to buy. Just like say buy and set up for Dragon or something, or just buy, set up for Rift Herald. Because they won that fight. I think they got like 4 kills. And I think they got bot tower, tier 1 and tier 2 mid, and dragon off of that. And a lot of it was because y'all didn't buy. And that was the huge like sequence of the game. So yes, number 1, be with your team, help them clear out mid so they have more time to go back and buy. But then number 2, even if you get scuttle and they get mid and they want to go do something else, say no, go back and buy right now, and then just buy. Okay, and then finally, so this game it was Yasuo, another game it might be Akali, another game it might be Katarina or whatever. But as an AD carry, you can't deal with those champions on your own most of the time. You have to have someone else crowd controlling for you. So it needs to be Leona, it needs to be Pantheon. Your team was a little light on the crowd control, so that sucks when you're the AD carry. And, Yasuo is particularly annoying because you can't blow him back, or it's really hard to with your ultimate. And he's just really mobile, so he's just really hard to deal with. And Triss does kind of delay damage. Like, she really needs to stack that bomb up for her full rotation. So, yeah, it's just a really bad matchup. But you have to wait until, like, Leona or Pantheon or somebody comes in to crowd control him. You just run from him. Basically, and just ping for help. If you see him, just don't even try because it's not going to happen most of the time. I don't know how many kills he had at the end. It's probably like 14 and 5 or something. But anyways, that's going to be it. I hope this helps. So the biggest takeaway, the 2 biggest things I could say is prioritize towers over everything else early on. The map pressure is invaluable, and make your team buy. Make your team buy. Also, go help with objectives. Even if your team already, has it, right? Those are my words. But I hear people say that so much in my games. Oh, I got the dragon, no problem. Y'all don't need to come help. Yes, we do, because I want to get it quickly so I can go back and buy and put my wards back up. So, go with your team, stay together, get massive objectives, or get objectives faster, I should say, and then go spend that gold. And then finally, just make sure you're staying with your team. And that you have the crowd control to help you with assassins. Okay, that's going to be it. So I hope this helps. Thank you so much, as always, for the generous donations. As we can see, Dylan's got quite a few games stacked up for me, so I'll be chipping away at these over the next few days. And yeah, we'll have a lot more coaching sessions. I know I have at least one more on the docket as well, so we'll have several coaching sessions coming up over the next few days or so. So thank you very much. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.